Hello everyone, this is Dr. Williamson. I wanted to talk to you about your annotated bibliography that you're going to develop for your Module 5 assignment. That's going to be your main assignment through Module 5. And so I hope that you'll learn a great deal from this. There are a lot of people that are really kind of anxious about an annotated bibliography just because they haven't heard about one, but I think you'll find that they're pretty simple to do and they're very informative for you. So be sure that you look through your resources to enhance learning, because in there I have included some annotated bibliography examples. And this is just some writing, some examples of how you write them. Then you, if you're visual, there are part 1, 2, and 3 of the development of an annotated bibliography. Those are really good. I liked those. I watched those myself early on when I was developing this, and I really thought they were very good. These, I liked them as well. They're a little bit different, but they're good as well. So if you're visual, those are very good for you. And so that might help you understand a little bit more as well. So then if, going back to the assignment area, I wanted you to look at a couple of things here. So what you're going to be doing is we're kind of building on prior assignments. And so what I want you to think about is we've looked at a number of theories. In your phenomena of interest, you actually chose one theory that you thought you might want to, you thought was compatible with your phenomena of interest. So we're just going a little deeper with that here. What I want you to do is I want you to identify a theoretical framework that you would like to explore further, that you think might have some significance for your future practice as a DNP. This could be one that you have identified earlier that maybe you used in that POI assignment, or it could just be one that you've heard about since then or you're interested in and you want to explore it further. But that needs to be the basis. You need to be wanting to explore a theory or a theoretical framework further. And so you're choosing one. And then once you've identified it, you're going to do a literature review. So go in your library database, put that in. And look there, go to the website that has the DNP projects and look at that, people that have done DNP projects in the past, and see what theoretical frameworks they have used. And you're just going to do a literature review. So you may, come up with 5 articles. You may come up with 10 articles that you're looking through. To see those. They all need to be peer-reviewed from academic journals where that theory was applied or explored. And then you're going to look at it to see. It can be a research report, it can be evidence-based practice, it can be from a DNP project, it can be any of those things. But what you're going to need to wind up with are 3 scholarly articles that you choose to develop your annotated bibliography from. And so these articles can either be written about the theoretical framework, or the article can demonstrate application of the theory in research or evidence-based practice. So you may not find it in the title, but when you dig through and you're looking through, you may find that they have applied the theorist or the theoretical framework there. So once you find the 3 articles that you're going to use, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to use the source evaluation matrix, which is here. And I think I closed that out, so let me open that up for you. the source evaluation matrix, and what you're going to see is you're going to review the article based on this to begin with. This is one of your reviews. So read through your article, make sure it's something you believe you want to use, and then go through and evaluate each one of these parts of the article based on these categories here: authorship, publisher, currency, references, writing, bias, and relevance. And what you're going to find is this, if it's more in line over here, it's going to be a stronger article. If it's more in line over here, it's going to be a weaker article. For example, if the authors are identified and they have credentials, expertise in the subject area, you'll put that here. But if the authors cannot be identified, that's probably an article you're not going to want to use because it's not a very strong article. And so you'll do that with everyone. I do not have to have this sheet turned in. It just needs to be completed because you're going to address it when you fill out your annotation. Okay, so let me go back. So once you've chosen your articles, you've completed your matrix on that, then there are some parts. There are 3 parts in the annotation that you're going to complete. You have a summary, an assessment, and reflection. So open up a Word document once you have your article selected. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the theory or the theoretical framework up at the top. Below that, you're going to put the full article citation in APA format underneath it. And then underneath that, you're going to start your annotation. And that's going to be a summary, which is going to have 175 to 200 words maximum. So the first part is the summary. And the summary itself should have about 75 to 100 words. And what the summary is where you include what is the most important results or findings of the study. You're going to find future directions, any limitations. It should allow the reader a brief understanding of what the article was about and its important for future research needs. That's going to be the summary, so you can use a little heading there. Then the assessment. This is going to be where you include your evaluation based on that matrix that you've completed. So focus on where the article is strongest and weakest. So tell about it based on that matrix. That's going to be about 50 to 75 words. And then the last part, include a little heading for reflection. And this is going to be where you include your thoughts on the value of this article. Did you find the article useful or not related to your theory and the application to practice? Why or why not? How valuable would this article be for someone else with a similar topic or project? And that's going to be about 25 to 50 words. That part is very important for your peers to be able to see and for to see understanding. Now remember, all of this, the full annotation is going to be scholarly. It needs to be written in third person. So, you need to, not use I, me. It needs to be either, the DNP student or the writer or whatever you're calling yourself in there. And so then once each of the annotations are complete, you're going to do all 3 the same way. Once you complete all 3 of the annotations, then you're going to submit them to for grading. So there's a submission link here that you'll submit for grading, and that's going to be worth, let me look here. That assignment is worth 100 points. And then you're going to submit it to the discussion forum. Same thing. Your full 3 annotations here, submit your full 3 annotations here. And this is going to be for the discussion. That's considered your original post, and this is going to be for grading here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to read through your peers' postings and their annotations, and what you're going to find is you're going to look for 3 annotations that you believe would be useful to your practice. It may be, let's say that you found a theoretical framework and someone else found 3 articles related to this theoretical framework that you didn't find. You might want to include those. You might you might have been thinking about another theoretical framework that you were kind of interested in. You might want to choose those to use. But whichever you choose is fine. Just what I would do is I wouldn't read the full annotations of everything. I would go straight. I would look for what the theoretical framework is, and then I would go straight to that bottom section where the reflection is, that tells the value of the article and the application to practice and that kind of thing. And that way you can tell whether you think it might be something you're interested in. If it is, then read the full annotation there and find out if you're interested in it. If you are, then what you're going to come up for your second post with is you're going to list 3 citations, and that's references. So you'll include, let's say that Susie Brown, you find one of her citations, you want to use that. So you will include the reference, and then you'll do a brief summary. And what the summary says is post 1 to 2 sentences max with rationale explaining why the citation is compatible or useful for your practice, your future practice, why you think that citation is important for you. And then choose another one, and this may be Doug Brown. You find a citation that he had, you're going to do the same thing, include the full reference and the little summary there. Then you're going to find one from a third student, and you're going to include the full reference and then the summary there. So you're going to have 3 of those. So it'll be reference, summary, reference, summary, reference, summary. That's going to be your post to the discussion board, your second post to the discussion board. And so that's the 2 posts that you'll need to have there. That's all you have to post to the discussion board. We're not facilitating each other's. If you want to talk with some of your peers and you want to ask them questions about theirs, feel free, but that's not necessarily part of the grading. Or I said that. Let me double check on here. I'll look at this. Let's see. Yeah, that's not a requirement of that. So just be sure that you look at the due date, because what you're going to see is on the calendar, you're going to see that the due date is the same for the posting of the annotated bibliography to the discussion board and to the submission link. So that's kind of that may be a little bit confusing, but you're submitting the same thing. You're just submitting it twice is what that means. So I hope that you'll really enjoy this. I think it'll really help you as you're exploring a little bit more into a theorist or a theoretical framework, and then maybe you can learn more through your peers about maybe even others that might work well with the way that you're thinking toward a project that you're interested in and how it could be applied. So be sure that you let your course faculty know if you have questions, and I hope you enjoy the assignment.